What up with the skipper yet? Now he's tracking?
Not yet, no. So can't give you a lot of information to see the extent of what happened on Saturday. But it's unfortunate to see him come off. So hopefully it's not too bad. But we'll sort of find out over the next couple of days with the severity, if it's is anything.
In the rooms afterwards, you look like you're trying to get around the boys and keep his spirits up and those around him. Has he been sort of trying to be included in all the aftermath of a pretty good win?
Yeah, he is. He's unfortunate for Luke. He's had a couple of soft tissue injuries in the past, and he missed a couple of weeks. So he's our captain, he's our leader, and you saw the impact he has on the team. The way he played on Saturday night, I thought he was sensational. So he's an upbeat person, and whether he's on the field or not, he's always going to be the same bloke. And it's good to see him getting around the boys at the end. But yeah, sort of feeling for him a bit because it's a bit of the unknown at the moment with his body. So fingers crossed that's not too bad, and we see him out next couple of weeks.
How difficult is it for blokes who are stuck in the rehab group, think they're over it, and they go back into it again?
Yeah, it's never easy. I remember early part of my career, I had a couple of injuries, and rehab it is a lonely place. But Luke's the ultimate professional, so he'll get his body right. He'll know what to do to get right again, and hopefully see him the next couple of weeks.
When we watch him when he's in rehab, it's obvious that he's diligent and doing everything right. Is that even harder for him that he's doing the right things, not cutting corners and still pinging it again?
Oh, that's just the nature of the beast. AFL football, it's a high intensity game and it's a high octane game, and unfortunately injuries do happen in sport, so you've got to be resilient. You understand that there's going to be setbacks along the way, and like I was saying before, Luke's a professional and he's been through a bit of adversity throughout his career, so this little setback at the moment, if it is one, I'm not really sure exactly what it is at the moment, but he'll bounce back, and he's a leader, so he'll still keep teaching and coaching the young guys coming through.
Alan Swick asked the game about the impact that Luke has on the team from a coach's perspective, but from your perspective, what was the difference of him being out there during that game comparatively to the previous?
Well, we all understand he's an A grader. He's performed at a high level for a long period of time, and he's clean with his hands. He really instructs the midfield group, and you see the connection he has with the likes of Natanui and other midfielders. He's definitely got that polish that we sort of missed in the last couple of weeks. So it's sad for him to potentially not be there next week, but no, we all know the outstanding character he is, and the impact he has on AFL football.
You're around the same age as Shuey Shep. There's only a year between you. Is there anything the program can do better? Are you worried seeing what's happened to Luke maybe could happen to you?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. Like I was saying before, injuries are part and parcel of the game, and you don't want to see any player go down to the injuries. But at this stage, it is Luke at the moment. But no, I'll back our medical staff in and strength and conditioning staff in. They've been sensational over a number of years, so full trust in them with our program.
But Adelaide obviously played the prelim last year. You just beat them on the weekend. You gave them a nice touch-up. How do you reflect on the win?
Oh, it was nice to get the win. Yeah, like you're saying, they touched us up the last couple of times we played them, and to start the way we did, I thought really got on the front foot early and piled on a few goals early, which really set up the game for us. But in saying that, there's still a lot of room for improvement. I think they outscored us in the second half, so we weren't happy with how we played after half time. But in saying that, they're a quality outfit, and to get the win, any win in AFL football is tough. So to be able to get that against a quality opposition is something that we're pretty happy about, but you've got to move on pretty quick.
Bree, it's early days, but where do you sort of see yourself comparatively to other teams, and is your best win enough for finals?
Well, that's what we strive for. First of all, trying to play finals, trying to win enough games, but I think we've seen glimpses throughout our games to date that our best footy is capable of challenging the best sides in the comp. The challenge now for the group is try and do it consistently, and I thought the second half against Bulldogs away last week, we turned up the notch and thought, is that Bunga, is it? Bunga on his motorbike. I thought we had a pretty strong second half last week against the Bulldogs and carried it on the weekend. So we understand it's a marathon. It's only round 3, going to round 4 this week. So we feel like we've still got a lot of improvement to have within the side. Hopefully you get some players back and some players hit some good form. So yeah, we're optimistic about the year. We feel like we've got a strong list at the moment. So well, if you're not striving to play finals, then you got to sort of figure out what your purpose is.
Is it as simple as Xavier O'Neill comes back into the team for treat?
There was a few players. I thought, unsure, Archie went out the side the weekend. I think he was a bit sore. I thought Brander came in and played an exceptional game. Probably his best game for the club. So we do have options there. But I'll leave that up to match committee. We've got a few guys that played well in the waffle on the weekend. So a few guys putting their hand up.
Mentioned marathon before, 200 games for you. That's a bigger marathon than round 4, that's for sure. How do you reflect back on the career at this point?
It's gone quick. It hasn't been easy. I think at the start of my career, it took me a while to cement myself in the side, and whether it's injuries or form, it's sort of the roller coaster of AFL football. Is evident in my career, especially at the start, and to be able to play 200 games in my home state with a club like West Coast is something that pretty proud of. Like I say, it hasn't been easy to get to this stage, so I never take anything for granted, and love to be able to represent the club for the 200th time.
When you look at the injuries you had earlier, is that the most challenging part of just getting into the team? Because every time you played, someone smacked you in the face or cracked your ankle.
Yeah, probably a bit of injuries, form, just the maturity. Being an early draft pick, I think you expect to play straight away, but upon reflection, probably wasn't ready to play early on, or the level I wanted to play early on. So, credit to the club for one, hanging on to me, and it's got to repay the faith with sort of the footy I'm playing at the moment. And they've been great to me, not only on the field but off the field. I think the development of the person is first and foremost at the club like West Coast. So your footy obviously is a high priority, but it's about the growth in the person, and couldn't be thankful enough to be at a great club.
Figure around a bit earlier as well, like the role you've got now, when did that sort of become a reality for you, and where you thought, I can do this really well?
Well, it was pretty hard to crack into the back six early on in my career. We had established members, so we had a couple of injuries up forward, and I put my hand up to play in the half-forward line, which probably opened me up for a bit of criticism there because I couldn't get a kick. It's pretty hard playing forward. And the lessons learnt there. Then when Simo came across, he really wanted to be in the back half. He said the best footy, I still believe my best footy is behind the ball, and he made a role for myself. It was clear, and really haven't looked back since then. So it's a bit of credit to Simo and Adrian Hickmott at the time, who was our defensive coach.
Talk about playing forward. The crowd, once Liam Ryan does something, I don't, we guys hear it. Do you? I mean, the big screen goes up. What he does, quite spectacular. As a teammate out there watching him, you must have a fair degree of pride in what he does as well.
Dude, I love it. Whenever he's in the vicinity, just lob the footy up. Like on the weekend, you let him do his thing. He's so dangerous around the footy, whether it's footy in hand, his decision making he's just every year keeps getting better and better, and seems to be taking a hanger every week at the moment. So it's, as a teammate, it's great to see, and glad I'm not playing on him because I'd be on a few footy cards otherwise.
He obviously lets his actions speak louder than his words. He's a quiet fellow media-wise, but he's much loved. Yeah, no,
he's quiet for the media, but behind closed doors, he knows about his ability. He's a confident kid, and that's what we love about him. He brings his strengths every week, and talking about the development of a person, I think the last couple of years to see what he's done on field and off field has been great. So keep playing. I think his best footy is he can play out the goal square, he can play up the ground because he's so dangerous footy in hand. But yeah, it's great to see Liam playing great footy.
Check us on the mentality of the playing group. Are you happier knowing that it's going to be such a different year to last year, that you're going to be playing more than half games here as opposed to last year being stuck in the hub? Is the group happier, for lack of a better word?
Happier? I quite enjoyed the hub last year. No, it's great to get back to a bit of normality. Just every second week, having to travel, get to play in front of our Melbourne fans. We only played there, I think last week was the first time we played there in a couple of years. So it's great to be able to travel around Australia and play the game you love. And like you're saying, it's great to play in front of our home fans as well. I think we're the best fans in the league, and hopefully crowd capacity can go out to 100%. We can get 60,000 in because that's what the stadium's built for. But in saying that, you sort of have to be agile as well. We understand what COVID, the risks that present itself. So at the moment, we're loving playing in front of big crowds and over east or whether it's at home. But yeah, you've got to be wary of, it can change any minute.
Thanks coming up. You probably haven't scouted them or anything yet, but have you managed to take a little look at them and your thoughts on them?
I haven't really watched them too much this year, but we know they're a quality outfit. They played finals football last year, so it's too early to. I think they had a couple of losses in a row now, but it's too early to see. How sides are playing with the new rules as well, with the man the mark. But we know as a collective they're a strong footy club. They're a proud footy club, and with a couple of losses now in a row, I think it's going to be a good game on Saturday night, and another one we can't wait because we feel like we played some pretty good footy at Marvel Stadium, so looking forward to getting back over there.
Andrew Gaff's been such a key cog for so long. Is it good to see him finding some touch again?
I don't think he was out of touch. I think there's a bit of beat up with him being out of touch. He's playing different roles for the side, but we understand he's a quality player. We saw on the weekend, footy in hand, what he can do, how damaging he is with the footy. So it's great for him to get a couple more touches, but internally it's not about the touches, it's about his defensive work rate, and he's been doing that all pre-season in the first couple of rounds.